Hello, and welcome to RimWorld. This is the second attempt that I have made to stream this game. The first attempt took place earlier today, and was a failure probably on my part in terms of some inconsistencies around YouTube's Go Live feature. I have automatically Go Live set up on my streams. It just turned that off for some reason, and I've got limited screen real estate while I'm playing a game, so I didn't notice. So I talked to myself for 2 hours while playing the first 2 hours of a RimWorld game. RimWorld is an old comfort game of mine. It's a bit of an old favorite. I used to play it a lot in the sort of like mid-teen, 20-teens, mostly because in the dead of winter in particular, RimWorld let me live out the fantasy of having a home that was adequately warmed. We're playing it these days just because, you know what? I wanted to have a crack. I wanted to do a little bit of video game streaming, and RimWorld is just an old comfort game. We've played about 2 hours of this so far. That footage will never be found. But let me just introduce you to the 3 and a bit pawns we have to start this run with. We've only just landed. This is maybe 6 or 7 days into into the beginning of a campaign. The first pawn that we've got is Mai. She is a 50-year-old ninja. Fairly good. You'll notice all of the pawns, they're all randomly generated. This didn't use prepare carefully. But all of the pawns are in some capacity far too neurotic. They are either too smart or neurotic or some combination of the two, which is definitely going to create some issues. But Mai is an excellent shot, a variety of well-rounded skills, and she's going to be the social leader of the group. She can't do cooking and plant work. Can take care of that quite nicely. We'll jump straight through to NG. NG is a young 19-year-old foundry apprentice, so still in childhood. Too smart, so also mental break threshold. Industrious and super immune, those are excellent. We've had 1 outbreak of malaria already. Decent shot, good construction, good crafting. Bit of medical, not a lot else. One of the things that is going to be a problem is that everyone in this entire colony is as thick as 2 short planks. We don't have an intellectual anywhere. The final pawn we have, and who I couldn't not play with, is Kattenberger. 39-year-old baseliner. She's a logger, neurotic and psychically hypersensitive, incapable of violence. Katten, like any RimWorld pawn, was spawned with a couple of health traits. So for example, if you're not familiar with RimWorld, if we go to health, we can see that Mai has a stab scar. I think NG's in good health, she's young. The 2 health traits that Katten spawned with were, in order, raging alcoholism and second trimester pregnancy, which was one of the most RimWorld no moments that is imaginable, basically, and because of that, I knew that I had to play with her. And so the first 6 or 7 days of play have seen a few occurrences. We had a malarial outbreak. We desperately attempted to get some bedrooms together. Currently everyone was sleeping in a filthy barracks, as you can see here. This is the RimWorld classic. We laid in some crops and then couldn't harvest them because Katten is the only person that knows jack about plants, and she basically immediately, within a couple of days, she was immediately laid up with 3rd trimester pregnancy. Which meant that our only plant person, and our only person capable of cooking, was bedbound. And then we had malaria and attacks. However, she was bedbound long enough to actually more or less recover from her alcoholism. You can see she still has a small alcohol tolerance, and is lactating. Yes, it's RimWorld. But she was bedbound for long enough that she has gotten over her alcoholism. She has also delivered a healthy boy, Barnaby, a newborn male colonist. So those are our current 4 colonists. I've not played a game of RimWorld, not significantly, since like Biotech came out, and so I'm not familiar with how to raise this child. That's poor Barnaby's cross to bear, but we'll basically take it from here. Now, the problems that are confronting our colony is that the main one is that everyone is as thick as 2 short planks. The highest researching skill that we have is, I want to say, 4 on Katten, and no one has any passion in intellectual. which means that research is going to be an issue. In fact, we've done none of it. Now, doing no research at this part of a RimWorld campaign is not necessarily the end of the world, but I am genuinely not sure how we are ever going to get anything done in the research front with these colonists. But we're otherwise reasonably well appointed. This is a cold, temperate rainforest. This is a fairly cold world. We will have relatively harsh, not unmanageable, but relatively harsh winters. And let's get about it. We've had one raid that's produced one captured colonist, that is Grasshopper. And because he is a Neanderthal, he has done basically nothing to affect the average IQ. Now, if we can recruit him, he is also psychically hypersensitive and a recluse. So we may do something in terms of getting a little like shack set up for him. The nearest anima tree is over here, so we may have him somewhere near the anima tree. And I would also at some point like to go after this ancient exostrider midsection. I've not played a game really with Mechanitors, even though that's pretty cool. So apart from that, the only things to note, we have a dog, a husky, walking around here somewhere, in the process of very slowly being trained, and a bunch of ducks joined us. Cool, thank you RimWorld. This is Randy Random on either Strive to Survive or the next one up. So with that all said, let's play some RimWorld. Very open to people asking questions in the chat, including about things that are completely non-RimWorld related. I am not an expert in this game. I am strictly very medium at it. But we've just had Barnaby delivered in the middle of a thunderstorm, a healthy baby, and his mother is in an excellent mood. Kinda unsurprising. Now, one of the goals of this colony is possibly to play it all the way to something resembling an end state, to escape from the rim. But for now, let's just get. I'm going to build a little building over here that will serve as Barnaby's hovel. Barnaby was a randomly generated name, by the way. The mod list is basically all of the vanilla expanded stuff, and not a lot else. That's basically it. So you'll see a bunch of, and a few of the quality of life things. So, like while you're up and pick up and hold and all that kind of stuff. Nothing that otherwise I might have. Combat expanded is in the mod list. Actually, I'll just load it up. I think I can do that from options if we go to mods. So it's just all of this stuff. It's like a whole bunch of things that are just very stock. Yeah, bloat expanded. Zephyr, I see your comment, and I'm not going to respond to it. So, for now, we are going to just have to accept that everyone is thick, and there's not much I can do about that. Yes, we are all... the entire population is technically neurotic and too smart and etc. But what that means in practice is that no one is actually any good at researching. So, we'll see how it goes. Let's get a little bit of stuff in here. I have no idea how raising a child in RimWorld works. I have about as much knowledge about it as I do raising a child in real life, which is to say, none. Okay, and the Katten is in an excellent mood. Can you change names in this game? No. There might be a way. Yes, if anyone wants their name put on any of these characters, just post in chat. Alright, let's get what will eventually be a little bedroom put together for our Neanderthal. Just basic stuff. We have no electricity yet. We do, however, have a bunch of food. And I think I'm going to get rid of that recreation time. For now, just work efficiently, a lot of you. We have no refrigeration. We have none of the necessary things that we need. We have not had time. We have had malarial outbreaks. We have had multiple attacks. Randy is on full. Alright, so Richard's advice is, let the kid run around the map. They're going to get 8 development points in no time. Build a school table and 3 blackboards. Cool. I'm assuming I should do that once it's actually like a child. All right. So going. So one of the nice things about RimWorld is that it does take a a village to raise a child, and thank goodness our ninja is not bad at child child rearing. Oh, a fun thing that I learned: if you make a sleeping spot inside your storage room because it's the only spare room that you have, the game will automatically assume that every piece of food you have in the storage room is prioritized for prisoners. Fucking thanks, RimWorld. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed. Alright. I would like to get something resembling a wind turbine set up. Where's a cool looking place? Over the road, probably. I'd like to keep the road intact because it looks neat. Alright. Is there a... Alpaca meat has rotted away in storage. Yes, that's because I've got no refrigeration. How hot is it in here? It's 25 degrees inside. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Just put a passive cooler in there. It'll do for now. Alright. So things were rough for the significant amount of time, but happily, we are now in a brief period of having our shit together. Which is to say we have 3 colonists, and no one is laid up being aggressively pregnant. Now, poor Catton's work is still going to be extremely cut out for her. But... Alright. So there's a lot of things that we need. We need more buildings. We need poor Cat to just do so much. She can't afford to do anything other than chop wood and cook and you know, all of those things that a person should be doing immediately after giving birth to a child. But this is RimWorld, so they'll be fine. Grasshopper would be fantastic if I can just get him recruited. But how's his prisoner? So his resistance is 2.9, which is actually not that high. I think we've gotten that down pretty far already. It was sitting at like 10 so far. So if we can get him joining us, that'll potentially be a second Psycaster. He can sleep up here. This is not optimal, by the way. I would usually build all of these things close together, but we're role-playing a little bit here. And he can go and bond with this anima tree. But the harvest is coming in, which is a blessing. If people would just haul the fucking stuff. Prisoner. So he'll join us eventually. Now, another thing that we're desperately short on is how are we for herbal medicine? A little bit. We had to go through a lot of the medicine that you start with, totally unsurprisingly, because our single person who is skilled enough at plant work to cut herbal medicine was pregnant, and so all of the medicine that we needed to treat the people who had malaria. You're probably seeing a pattern in terms of how chaotic the first period were. Okay, now, blocked by oak tree. Okay, where is the oak tree that is blocking you? There. Now, one of the things I did install and which I haven't used before is... where are we? Storage, which I would actually like to use. So, let's have a look at some of these. A pallet for packing things. A skip for tossing heavy things in. Medicine cabinet. Well, I think we can do a steel medicine cabinet. That'll be useful. So let's get that. We don't need a weapon rack. Hampers. Large amounts of diverse small items. A hayloft. We don't need that right now. A food basket. Yep, let's build a food basket as well. We'll just see how these go. I've never used any of these before. Definitely want a meal rack tray. And that will at least help the storage situation. Zephyr says, you're a speed learning Lancer. The setting is a bit weird, so yeah, would be right up my alley if the group was wired like me. So Lancer is one of those ones where the way that it's designed to play is it's meant to be very, the combat is a big part of it, but how do I put this? The combat is for people who like combat, and is a big deal, but it's also like only half of the game. Is that about it? Alright, so we should, for the first time, more than half based on the group. Yeah, okay. I'm currently playing a Pathfinder game, and it's the only D&D-esque that I've got going right now. Only so much time for so many things, but I'm interested in hearing, if you're running that out of the Morlocks Discord, the non-combat rules are hugely vestigial. Okay, yeah. That's actually a hard one to know how I would feel about it, to be honest. I am actually not a huge... I don't like it when an RPG is really, really about combat. If you can make a really good wargame, but the... Okay, this seems to be working. Yeah, it's... You straitjacket yourself really badly when you have an RPG that is just about combat, because then you have to have combat in the RPG. Oh, never mind. Grasshopper, I've got good news for you, mate. We got you a bed. It's a long way away from everyone, and it's not lit because you're a nerd. You're a lonely, lonely Neanderthalic nerd, which means that I can finally give this bed to Engie, who I think is Mai has previously been sleeping in the shitty barracks. So let's finally give her a bed. Our recently renamed baby. Mental state is giggling. Excellent. Alright, so we need... we should name Grasshopper Other Rob. Okay. No, he's not in the stream, it wouldn't be right. Alright, let's check. Let's set his... So, Grasshopper, what are you up to? For God's sake, do not childcare. Cooking is probably the most important thing. Don't hunt because you don't have a weapon. What else are you any good at? Yeah, cooking will be the most important thing. Mining is reasonably important. I don't care about... Don't do smithing, don't do tailoring. Hauling and cleaning. Basic. Yep, okay, cool. Alright, so we've got a fourth person. We've also got a reasonable... Now, that means what we can probably do is change Captain from cooking... No, cooking is at 3, so if we've got plant cutting for her to do, she'll do it. Okay. So that means we can probably put in another quick growing zone. Because we're going to need Okay, fuck it. Can we get a rice harvest in? Let's give it a shot. We've only got so long before autumn hits. Yeah, so Zephyr, I think unironically you'd actually have me on Lancer if you told me that the out of combat rules were also significant. That's probably where it would lose me if I'm being honest. All right. Let's get an extremely rudimentary fridge set up. We have no batteries, we have no anything. I will just use regular power conduits. Yep, okay, so it's literally just hit autumn. We might be able to get another rice harvest in, a big one. As in crafting systems, no, honestly more social. Like what I want are, I want rules for... The critical thing about combat systems is that when you have really robust combat systems in a game, that becomes the only way to resolve problems. Honestly, it's probably fine in Lancer. Like, realistically, that's probably okay. It is a game about giant mech combat. How do I get more anima grass around an anima tree? Can't do linking ritual. I have no idea how any of that crap works. How do... So I know that we need to not build shit or anything in here. Progress modifier. Is this bridge fucking with it? Remove floor? Can't deconstruct it. Not gonna chop it down. Anima grass. Yeah, I have no idea how this crap works. All I know is that you can use this thing for sidecasts. That's right, we'll figure that out later. Alright, what else do we want? We are definitely going to want an electronic stove. Let's delete these. We'll need to expand out of this shitty barracks shortly. This will do for now. Set up meditation spots. Mr. Malahart, thank you so much. Now I need to find a meditation spot. But it'll be in here somewhere. I think it's recreation. No? It's not going to be orders. It's not going to be zones. I know the thing you're referring to. It's not a sleeping spot. It's not an animal sleeping spot. I don't want a meditation throne. There we go. Alright, awesome. Legend. Grasshopper. Now. Now I just need to tell him to meditate. Now I know there's a way that you can like schedule cleverly here. But let's just tell him to meditate for a couple of hours a day. Oh, okay. If he can't link to this thing, then he can't link to this thing. It's not the end of the world. That's all a bit of an experiment. Alright. We want the target temperature to be just low. Thank you kindly. Deconstruct that now. So I need to remove that zone, because we actually want the food inside the air-conditioned area. Alright, we're getting there. So, we've got... This is kind of a workroom now, that'll do. Let's actually move probably our food storage kind of around here. So let's start getting this all sorted out. How do we want this to look? Airlock, just because it's very efficient in terms of, I remember that, in terms of temperature stuff. This is probably going to be too little space, but alright. So that'll do for now. Actually, we will of course want a temperature. This needs to be cooled. We should only ever need the one. But that'll do for now. Alright, so when the sun comes up, we'll need to actually keep an eye on this goober and see if he goes and meditates. Alright, so this is proper food storage. Which means we'll end up with probably an eating hall kind of around here. Actually, let's do that because I'm an idiot. Alright, so having two good cooks is a little bit of a luxury. That's really nice. What does the baby need? Sleep, apparently. Well, yeah. So it is... It's not that cold in these buildings. Alright. So... let's get... Let's get our food storage. Yes, this is a bedroom. Thank you, Gay. A steel. Okay, so we'll reinstall the steel meal rack. There will do. Now I'm probably going to need to tell it to be like, please, priority important. Please put meals in the meal rack. Not raw food, just meals. Stockpile zone, shrink the zone to not include the doorways. Priority preferred. And we want just foods generally, that'll do for now. Alright, power is sharply limited. Let's just build another wind turbine. Alright. Temperature inside here is 1 degree, that'll do. We have food. We have food, thank God. Alright. Hey, look at that! 5.5% progress, it's working. Good work, Grasshopper. Alright, so, when we eventually become a yeoman, Captain will be that kind of Psycaster, and Grasshopper, your job is to just chill with this tree. For hours every day. Alright, so we no longer need... Let's just turn that off. Yep, cool. Okay, we don't need temperature control in here. Okay, containers. Why is there a limestone chunk in my container? Alright, how do I get storage? I want lots of food to go in something. So, storage unit settings. Yeah, I have no idea. Cool, okay, whatever. Doesn't seem to like that. So what we need are, I guess, just more meal track arrays, because I think they can store food on that, so... Alright. And then we'll build a little kitchen over here, I think. Don't need planter box. We'll need just a whole bunch of things sooner or later, but for now... I don't need nature shrines. Doormats we will definitely want. I just built around the rocks. The rocks are not there for a reason. We probably can move the rocks somewhere. This'll do for now. Alright. We've got a refrigerated room. Well, a more or less refrigerated room. I can probably put... let me think about this. I can probably put flooring down. In fact, I should. So... what's clean? Not straw matting. Paved tiles? Yeah, that'll be fine. Now, how are we for metal? We could use a little more. We've actually got miners now, so... previously I was having some rando do this. If you're not good at mining, please don't mine. Cool. Baby's doing alright, good. Rice is going to be fine to come in before winter, excellent. So that should put us in a pretty reasonable position. Yeah, okay, we've got... this is actually not like a winter's worth of meal, but it'll do. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to need is we need to be able to make shit. Because we're going to need... there's nasty weather coming. Speaking of, what can we hunt? I don't really want to make pig leather, alpaca. Here we go. Let's thin that particular herd a little. I think the sensible thing to do for old mate Grasshopper would be to put his meditation immediately before he goes to bed. What I'll do, Malahart, is once... decor rocks, yeah, no, I mean they're filthy decor rocks. Once I've got a sort of like... this will probably end up being something of an industrial building, or I might end up building that over here. That will end up being... there'll be a stone... I'll move the stonecutter's table, or I'll build an electric one, that kind of stuff. Okay. Making progress. So, once we get an industrial area set up, then we will want common areas. But those are their own separate issues. Captain, are you any good at mining? Are you mining for a reason? Yes, you are. Okay, cool. Alright, we've got no meaningful outstanding quests, that's okay. Alright. What other recreation can we build? We can build a chess table. So we'll do that. Alright, power generation's currently not cutting it. News at 11. This just blocked by poplar tree. Now there is a way to make a zone that is the like, don't let plants grow here. But I don't know what it is. Do you recommend RimWorld? Yes, RimWorld is an excellent game. So RimWorld is one of those Dwarf Fortress likes, where Dwarf Fortress came out, and there are people who will fondly remember Dwarf Fortress. These days, with the various like UI improvements and stuff, Dwarf Fortress is relatively playable, but it's still... the nature of Dwarf Fortress is that it's a bit impenetrable. RimWorld was kind of designed as a, hey, what if we made Dwarf Fortress but not horrifically impenetrable? Now, back in the days of boat moded, that was a fine aspiration, but the game has... RimWorld has become kind of its own thing, and it's a really nice game. Yes, do recommend. there's a lot to it to begin with, but in terms of colony builders, it blends approachability and storytelling. It's very good. One of the like things that the game designer went for and landed well is very approachable gameplay, but also very like emergent storytelling. Like that little story that I just told about how like the game just generated a raging alcoholic pregnant woman as one of the first characters just to join the colony. She was part of the first 3. That's just a little bit of emergent storytelling that, like, in a different game wouldn't have ever happened or arisen. So yes, have a lot of time for RimWorld. It is a modern classic for a reason. Yes, I do recommend it. Okay, these duck eggs have been ruined. Let's not keep the duck eggs. So you've frozen the duck eggs. Okay, cool. All right, they're ruined by temperature. So now I need to tell them not to put eggs. Can you put milk in a freezer? Okay, so the problem is I've frozen all of this. All right, so this actually needs to be kept at not a freezer. All right, so it needs to be kept at like, because the thing is, as soon as you put above, like I'll put it at 3 degrees. And just see if these frozen eggs, god damn it. Sure, thanks game. Thanks for simulating that. That's what I needed. We should get a butcher's bench. Industrial rock and egg freezer, yep. Yep, that's fine, that's okay. Alright, so we don't yet need to worry about the temperature in these rooms. Indoors 6, okay, alright, so... I probably shouldn't just set a fire inside one of these, should I? So we're going to expand those out. And because it's getting a little chilly, and I'm going to literally just... the fire room. Cool. Alright. Grasshopper is cooking, that's excellent. Let's actually change this to... do until you have... and I mean it can be a lot, but... $60 is probably fine. Alright, butcher's table, add bill, butcher creature, do forever. Thank you kindly. Because it's only going to be so long until these things spoil. Alright. We're getting there. Now, right now the storeroom is 3 degrees inside. So yeah, so refrigerated spoils in 10 days. So if I want these things to keep, they need to be frozen. But the duck eggs specifically need a room that is slightly warmer. So I do need to turn this down. Alright, so we need this at -4, and we need eggs not to be stored here, because they will get ruined, as can be seen. Alright, we're getting some warm clothing on the way. We've got ample leather for the moment, so that's good. Tons of meat. Alright. Cool. Progress. Power generation, good. We only got so many components, although we did strike some over here. Plenty of steel. There's some compacted machinery over here. It's always good to have that. Ancient danger, we're going to leave that alone for now. Alright. Ample food. We need to just build now. And research and alright, so can someone please move this rock? Okay. I need a stockpile zone just here for storing rocks. For storing limestone and granite chunks. Can we please prioritize hauling all of this crap? Because someone has left the door open to the room that I have made specifically for the purpose of heating this. all of our decorative limestone chunks are going to have to just be hauled over here for now. Alright, so let's have a quick look. Grasshopper, you're wearing people clothes. I mean, you're wearing a duster over a loincloth. It's a look, mate, but if we look at what is your comfortable temperature? -7, and given that you're literally wearing a kilt, a plain leather duster and a kilt. That's a vibe. You'll be good down to 7 degrees. It's going to get down to about -11 during winter, so we might make some pants for him, or at least a shirt. Let's have a quick look, or some hats. We can make some. What kind of hats do we want? Hoods, toques. Toques are good in winter. Veils, face masks. All right. We're going to be like a creepy cult. Let's make some hoods. Cool. Alright. Great. The wind turbine is broken. Love that. Now, Grasshopper, we can just put a fire in his room if we need to, because he does not yet have wooden flooring. We've got plenty of wood. Not that we couldn't use more. And we're slowly getting batteries researched. Our society of idiots. Okay, it is... How late? It's April, May, it is 4. We're going to turn off allow sowing, actually, for all of these, because they're just not going to grow in time. When spring comes, we'll grow again. We should have a fair bit of leather. I don't want to just decimate this herd, but that's probably enough. Alright. Cool. So, this is turned off, that's fine. It is warm it's warm enough in all of the bedrooms for now. We don't have enough power or power storage to have good temperature control. That's just kind of a thing. Let's just randomly harvest all of these things before winter arrives. Now, one of the things we will do next season is actually get medical plants. Because we've got all of 15 medicine presently. Alright, so this is our steel medicine cabinet. People store their crap in there, that's good. Alright, everyone's getting their dusters on. NG, let's have a look. If I look at your gear, you're good down to neg 14. Yeah, so we do need to make Grasshopper something other than the duster he is wearing over a kilt. But we'll have more than enough stuff to do that. We've got so much... Okay, so let's build a... Can we set this? No, alright. Let's just try and build another one of these storage spaces again and see if anything comes of it. Oh, awesome. Okay, so our Husky, Taris, can haul. That's really good. Which means you're going to do it now, right, mate? Alright, so at this point, starvation. How are you possibly starving? You just ate. You're an idiot. A group of imps. A group of imp. Okay. We are going to ignore you until you attack. You can spit fire. You are... I mean, kind of. I don't really need any more people right now. I need someone who can do intellectual work, and that's not you. You're a loner, an undergrounder. No, we're good. Okay. Alright, everyone. Well, everyone except for... We have no defenses right now. But this is combat extended. Which means that guns are real fucking dangerous. Yup. Oh god, he's got Psycho on him. Yep, we love that. Cool. Well, we're gonna need a... Let's just make a mausoleum somewhere. Okay, priority, critical, clear all, literally just corpses. Not mechanoids. And not animals, just that's the body place. Alright, let's see if this works now. Mr. Malahart, yeah, I just saw your thing. You click the storage button on shelves, info panel, you can change what's stored there. That's the one. Cool. Neat. That was messing with me because I would build these things over like a slag chunk and it would be like, oh cool, you want to store slag chunks in here? Like, no, I don't. Okay, cool. Content storage, got it. So they should go and chuck a bunch of this crap in there, that's fine. I will eventually move this so that it's a bit closer to the fridge. Alright. Let's zoom ahead. How's the anima tree going? We have one anima grass. God, that's going to take forever. I don't think other people... Look, let's just see. Mike asks, am I new to RimWorld? Sort of. I played many hours in it back in the day. It's been a while. RimWorld is an old comfort game that I used to play mostly during winter. Like I would just boot up and play ice sheet survival games to be able to experience the thrill of having a warmed room in cold environments. Draw conclusions about houses that I've lived in previously from that as you will. Indoors 4 degrees. Okay, so we need power. I know that I'm not going to get anything just building more, like, turbines is the problem. Can you build... Like, if I build a second wind turbine here, this overlap space in between... That's not going to work, is it? But anyway, so am I new to RimWorld? No, but it's been a while. Now, have I immediately fucked these? No, cool, okay, great, we can have combined power. I desperately need batteries and everyone is an idiot. Do we prioritize? No, it's just the nature of these things. Can you please kill the boom rat? Thank you. Can someone please put out the fire? Anyone? Can anyone put out the fire? Just any of you. Any of you, please. Thank you. Alright. So, right now, we're just in the middle of gearing up for winter. It's not terribly far away. Quest available. The Deserter. A military cook is calling for aid. She has deserted the army of the Fallen Empire and is being hunted by a loyalty squad. She wishes to... Nope. Absolutely not. I need the Empire. Mike, the fire was already in my home area. I suspect I've just got work priority set to... Yep, alright. Thank you kindly, you idiots. Alright, rice and potatoes coming in. Let's just make a couple more of those wooden food baskets. That'll do for now. Not sure if I feel about these hoods I'm making for everyone. They look kind of kind of creepy, but... Alright, we want raw food and raw food. Thank you. Alright, so we're in one of those stages where it's like everyone is very busy doing not actually very much. Please stop putting the eggs in this space. Okay. It ruins the eggs. Not eggs. Don't actually know what to do about. And I think it's very possible that I'm just going to quietly harvest all of those ducks, but whatever. That is a lot of flour. Alright, so we are aggressively good for food for a little while. So that's something. The suggestion has been made with regards to human leather hoods, which we will probably not do for now. Oh good, high explosive. Cool, from the boom rat. That's not going to cause any issues whatsoever. These potatoes will be ready relatively soon. Alright. So, it'll probably be construction project time pretty soon. We'll get some more blocks being made. Alright, so I want this to be used just to hold raw food. I want flour. What do I not understand about how flour is used? So there's probably something I've done wrong in terms of... Alright. Used in baking. Takes a long time to go bad, stored in a dry environment. It was produced by wheat that's genetically engineered. Yes, cool. Okay, so... let's get the flower into that room. Alright. Power is very inconsistent and will remain so because we do not have anyone who can. Alright, your research is now priority 2. Do it when you're not doing childcare or wardening. I think that's the only way to do it. I just have to dedicate someone to this. I'm not dealing with rare thrombos. Alright, temperature inside is actually probably a little bit hot. It's out 8 degrees outside. How's the... There are 2 anima grass. I'm just going to see if I can't make other people do that. So Grasshopper's going to go and meditate. Wom, 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 wom. Yeah, the others aren't. I don't think they can, because he's a tribal, I think. No? Well, he belongs to us, but... Oh yeah, they can meditate. Alright, cool. So I think what we're going to do, actually, is we'll do it in the morning. Old mate doesn't like to be disturbed. Couple of hours. Childhood background governs meditation. They seem to be able to do it, so... I don't know if it'll be a psi-focus thing, but... Alright, need warm clothes. So, let's have a quick look at... She's good down to neg 36, neg 19, neg 16. Okay, so Grasshopper... Alright, you need an actual shirt, I'm afraid, mate, and pants. Ah, cook simple bake. Cook fine bake? That's what we can use that flour for. Alright. Grasshopper, are you going to put on pants? You know what? I'm gonna really regret this button. No, I haven't finished making the pants yet, have I? Right, so I just told him to take off his pants, which he did. But I did not take off his kilt, rather. But I did not realize. That we had not yet made pants. So let's just have a quick look. All right, he's good down to negative 11. He's wearing a shirt and a shitty kilt. That's fine. Okay, cool. He put his pants back on. That's something. We have some rando dropping by. We'll chat to them to trade. The leaves are turning. That's cool. Alright. Temperature inside the fridge is fine. Don't need to do any more hunting. We can do a bit more mining. That's steel. That's also steel. Alright, so first things first, where's that goober who wandered by? No, I don't know where he is. Okay, collection of valuables. Collection of valuables worth $600, not far from roadside ways. A reinforced barrel. Where are you? I don't have a mortar yet, so it's not really... it's very close. That's not that close. That's fine. If anyone watching knows the optimal size for a bedroom, by the way, do let me know. I apparently don't have any wood for some reason. Okay. Well, that's not hard to take care of. Let's get wood. Why do you constantly use only that chair? The rescue of Larak. Says that her friend has been wounded while traveling. If you can make it to his position and rescue him, he will join you. Oh, that's a distance away. He's a quarry, an impet. I don't want an impet. Yeah. Probably not, mate. Sorry. 4 times 5 to 5 times 6. Yeah, 6 by 6 walls. If you're running, I'm not running realistic rooms mods. Yeah. All right, so these should all be a little bit bigger, but that's fine. We'll take care of that later. A wooden hammer and a compound. Well, a compound bow is not bad. Wooden hammer. Just go and pick that up, you idiots. Alright, we are getting there in terms of battery research. These hoods are creeping me out. Looks like we're in a cult. Alright, so it is 3 degrees inside. Can someone please prioritize refueling that? And I know that people need to chop wood for that to happen. Grasshopper. How are you with plants? Plant cut. Oh, you're actually very good at it. Okay, we need to make mine priority 3 for you, I'm afraid. Because I need wood. The more upsetting thing is that the bed is in the middle of the room. What's wrong with this? There's nothing else. It's fine. What's wrong with this layout? Alright, so ample food for the moment. We've got a variety of baked goods, plenty of raw materials, so yeah. Once this wood is all cut, and I think once we're in a sort of like outdoor, once winter begins to knock in, 18 to 22 inside, good. Now you, mate, are going to be cold. Alright, I'm just going to literally light a fire in your house. Ah, okay. Batteries, excellent. Let's make a little place to put some batteries. Oh, okay, this is new. Large battery. Charged large battery. Small battery. Battery. Alright, we can put 2 large batteries in there. Excellent. Just imagine a cold stone wall, wooden floor, and then one step into the room is the head of the bed. Yes, that's like... I will admit that the alignment of the beds is psychotic, yes. Bad feng shui. This is RimWorld, sir. I could uninstall and reinstall, but I'm not going to. Ah, alright, winter is here. Right. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with all of these eggs. I think this duck situation is just... I mean, we don't seem to have... Alright, let's flour in that place. Alright, let's now build... How are we for components? 34. You are not very good at this, are you, Mai? Our cult leader dictates that we must sleep in the middle of the room with our head to the door. This is a RimWorld, it's a place of abominations. Alright. So that'll give us power storage. Which means I actually feel pretty reasonable. Blocked by poplar tree. Fuck you, poplar tree. Alright. So, it is now time to put our minds a little bit toward slightly longer term. I know I'm going to want a kitchen kind of here. Doesn't need to be a big one. We can just kind of add it on as an annex. How do we want it to look? Actually do kind of want this to look vaguely appealing. Alright, so that'll serve as our kitchen area. If that's going to be a kitchen area, then it kind of makes a degree of sense for this to be turned into a dining hall, which is fine, that kind of will work. So that means we want industrial spaces somewhere like a little bit away from that. Do a little butcher's space over here, and this is not good design, by the way. I'm just sort of like trying to make things look nicely organic. This is actually like terribly set up. Auto clear button on the turbines. No, I can't. Okay, so you can set grow zones and have them auto cut and haul. Just don't grow trees there. So if I go growing zone and I set them up in like that space basically, and then I say nothing in okay, so you just tell them to grow things there that are something else. Yeah, okay, I get it. So an actually sensible thing to do would be to, like, since we have all of this space here, right, is literally just to build turbines. Yeah, disallow sewing, etc. Yeah, I'll just keep it manually clear for the moment, but that makes a lot of sense. Okay. And I could literally put, if I wanted to waste some fertile land, I could literally build wind turbines in this space. I'll bear that in mind. Alrighty. So, we will need a few different things. We're going to move the butcher's table. There. We're going to move the electric stove. Blocked by chopped stump. Oh, fuck you. Alright, floors. Paved tile, thank you. The Trash Society. Alright, so we have a psychically dull, kind, beautiful Ylatkin and a waster. Alright. Genuine concern that I have is running out of ammunition. You're just carrying flour, that's fine. Okay, so what are they armed with? Clubs and a gun. Well, that'll be another gun. Take cover here. NG is the only one with... oh no. NG, cool. You have a gun. Catton, you're incapable of violence. Therefore you are a distraction. Right, that was a little unexpected. Trumpet. Do we want this guy? Not bad at construction, very good with animals, very good with social. Also completely thick. He is kind and beautiful. So you know what? I am going to say that you are allowed to sleep in. That we will rescue you. Toxkin are a hot mess from memory. Wow. Wow, that's a career. Okay. I feel bad about this, mate. But you're on your own. All right, so well, this butcher's room might be is going to become, I think, in the short term, a place to put prisoners. We need 2 sleeping spots. For prisoners. Lou is unwaveringly loyal. Okay, what's he carrying? A bunch of shit. None of this is good. Do we just let him, like, do we just capture him and let him go? We're gonna do that, even though it's kind of dumb. I see your fucking comment there, Zephyr. Let's just stop this guy from dying, please. Oh. Right, we shot him through the lung. Okay, well, blurk. Toss him in the skip. Alright, how's his health? He'll be fine. He got shot in the ribcage. He's lost some blood. He's lying next to his mate right now, who's extremely dead. War merchant has come by. Yep, cool. Oh, I just realized I could have... Alright. I have a room. I literally have a room for this. Alright, well, we'll see if we can... This Yalatlin. Let's see if he can... See if we can get him to join the... He's not unwaveringly loyal. It's not got that much resistance. And... Let's see what we can sell to these guys. Alright. Cannot talk because of poor health. So, what can we sell? We can sell a bunch of things. Let's sell that Psycho before someone uses it. We'll sell the FSX just because we can. We'll sell the arrows. We'll sell the steel club and the hammer. And the short bow. And the compound bow. Alright, so the problem is this is just a... It's a war merchant, but it's a war merchant who only does tribal crap, so it'll have to be that. Get some money, and we'll see if we can recruit Trumpet. Maybe he'll send us all some fucking text messages. Please go and put the prostitute in the dumpster. That's a RimWorld sentence. Don't eat your food in there. What's wrong with you? I've just dumped the body into the room that is explicitly set up to eventually be a crematorium. Let's just have a quick bite while we're over there. So people who have died so far: Viznath the Loner. He was a cave child in Alona. He attacked the colony. And then Lao Lu, a member of the Trash Society, a scavenger gunner, who in their childhood was a musical idol, and then later became a prostitute. Okay. A desperate refugee. They claim to have been banished after an argument with a village leader. They beg permission to stay here so she can rest and regroup. She offers to work and fight for free. She's not part of any faction. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's accept that. We'll see what she's like. Quests. Let's have a look at Kaylee. She's a teacher? Oh, I would like you to join. I mean, okay. So she's a neurotic, psychopathic misandrist. However, consider she's a psychopathic teacher, a misandric psychopathic teacher, but she can do research. She can do research. It'll have to do. All right. She is going to need warm clothes. What's she wearing? Yeah, she's only good down to 1 degree C. All right. Make a duster, please. Mr. Malahart wrote, that's a lot of red flags. Yeah, so the fact that she's like, oh, I've been banished and I need some help is like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, fair enough. All right. She's a neurotic misandric psychopath. So we'll see. She's got an axe. Nothing bad could possibly come of this. We're going to do a little bit more hunting. Yeah, alright, we'll just deal with those. Oh, some visitors. Who are you people? Alright. So, what we need to kind of do now is actually, yeah, get our industrial area set up. We've got ample materials. We can move certain things, so let's just reinstall the kitchen over here. Now, in terms of production, what have we got that we can use? Because there's things you can do that will, like, improve a fueled stove from memory. Increases works. Okay, so we want kitchen sink. And I think that's all. I think that's all that we want for now. Oh, light, obviously. So look at them doing that. Yep. Okay, cool. So this area is filthy. So that's kind of a problem. But we'll deal with that a bit later. So someone said that a 6x6 house was kind of the right size. Just gonna make this really difficult to build properly. Let's build her a little house. You want a 6x6 interior space, I assume. The problem with 6x6 is that you have cursed doorways, so I just have to do a double door. That'll do. I'm not dealing with this shit that I'm being this shade that is being thrown at me with respect to perfectly reasonable living standards in this setting. Alright. So this room is going to end up being for this red flag laden psychopathic teacher that has come to join us. If only because She's genuinely good at, like, what are you doing? Stop that. Just research. Like, oh, actually, I need to set research because I'm an idiot. Alright, so what do we actually need? Fertility procedures. Nope. Tree sowing, devil's stone. I mean, I want that eventually. I think gun turrets is basically the thing. So that's microelectronics. Yeah, precision rifling, all of this crap. Solar panels probably come first. Okay, Kaylee, why are you mining? Literally, research is your most important priority. Oh, it's because... Okay. Let's just build another research bench then. I figured it out, everyone. Alright. Apparently a tool cabinet helps butchering, that's fine. Let's get a wall lamp in here. Why, yeah. Who is a major break? Kaylee, Jesus Christ. I'm even gonna have a room for you soon. It's gonna be lovely. What are your needs? Why are you? Oh, you're just mad because you don't have a room. That's fine. The ducks are dying. Well, that sounds like a them problem. It's a bit cool. Alright, so we are going to need to see the temperature stuff sooner or later. But the good news is that the power situation is fortunately kind of solved. The ducks need to shape up and stop dying. Look, do you know how long it took me to get these ducks in a row? A long time. I also don't care about them. They are generating eggs that then immediately freeze. Like, I thought there might be an egg... You know what? There we go. That's the duck problem solved. Where's the... There we go. Chop that tree. How's the anima tree going? 4 anima grass. This is going to take so long. Alright. Why is the baby crying? Don't care. Go and play with the baby. I think our Neanderthal needs a new name. There we go. Okay. Someone called Ro. A herder has arrived and wants to join the colony. Wants to contribute, will not leave voluntarily. Sure, okay. Tell me about yourself, Ro. Good at shooting? Okay, greedy, that's kind of annoying. Night owl, that's fine. Kind of an asshole is what I'm picking up here. Do you have a weapon? You do. Fine, okay. Great, we have an asshole who has joined us, a 63-year-old dickhead. You're a night owl, which means that you prefer to be... You don't like to be awake between 11 and 18 hours. So if we go sleep between 11 and 18, anything else the rest of the time, the fact that you're a dickhead won't bother people. Alright. So, we'll set the owner to this one to Kaylee. She'll appreciate that. Ro, you can sleep on the floor because you're an asshole and that will make you mad. Progress is being made. What are you wearing, by the way? Gear? Oh, you're good. You're wearing a nice cloth parka. I mean, it's shit, but you're a dickhead, so that's fine. Alright, how is recruitment of Trumpet going? Getting there. Alright. Okay, so now the research is actually progressing. I think what we can do is tell Mai that research is no longer quite as critical. She has many other things to do. So, because we've got, at least for the moment, we have Kaylee, who... Alright, I think we're going to make nice things the Neanderthal meditate even more. We have a mad yak. Fantastic. Let's go and deal with this mad animal. Run. Cool. We have taken care of the insane yak. Alright, let's get a dumping zone just for corpses. Ah, cool. Some trade. Excellent. We will talk to them. Didn't I give her a sci-focus spot? I did. Okay, so she can't do it. Yeah, alright. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just have our Neanderthal. Meditate several hours a day. Like, no, you shouldn't stockpile corpses outside. However, literally, like, as soon as they get... It's just to make people dump them there, so that they then get brought inside into the kitchen, into the butcher. It's literally it. Not for any other reason, it's just to make sure that people haul things to a place that is convenient. Alright, what have we got to trade? Why cannot talk properly? Why is this constantly a thing? Alright, combat handgun. A tech print for jump packs. I don't super care. I mean, that might be cool. It's way too expensive. Give me your components. Thank you kindly. And probably a little bit of medicine is always good to have. Sure, take a fat hit of that. That's fine. It's a shitty handgun, but I should give it to... Oh yeah, hand cannon. Yeah, we'll keep it for now. No, we'll sell it. That'll do. I suspect that she's got a scar or something. So she's got a stab scar in her neck. Yes, that's what it is. So it's a 92% efficiency. Who else is this? The thing is that there's no one else, I don't think, who is nearly as good at social. Yeah, no. So it's her or nothing. That's fine. Alright. Food's looking good. Still trying to recruit Trumpet. This is taking a while, but that's fine. And... What do you mean you have nothing to do? You're playing horseshoes, that's fine. Work? Can't have you hunting. I mean, I guess I can allow you to do research. There should always be crap for you to do, but that's okay. Alright, so, let's get... let's get an industrial building put together. Let's just make this nice and large. We'll have it occupy kind of this space here. And since it's going to be big, let's not fuck around. That's about the amount of space that I will need for a subsequent... Those look approximately equally sized. There's no particular rhyme or reason to this other than that looks kind of okay. Actually, if we're going to do that, we do that. Okay, so this is slightly asymmetric, right? Oh, that's going to play hob. Alright. There we go. That look alright? Yep. It's future-proof a little bit. That'll do for a multi-use space. We will need some temperature equalizers. Alright, cool. So that's going to end up being some kind of a large multi, because we'll want like a hospital potentially. We'll want a workshop space. We'll want a research room. So increase the value of your base for basically no reason. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. The storyteller difficulty is not egregious. I'm going to end up doing shit with Devil Strand or something just because I want to. So. Alright, that's underway. That's a nice big project that'll keep us busy over the winter. Got a couple more doors in there. Okay. So the psychopath and the dickhead have had a fight. That's fantastic. Oh, they left medicine. How nice. How badly... You do not get... You get herbal medicine. So do you. You too. You twits. Okay, so her right tibia is cracked. She's bruised. Yeah, you psycho. You started a fight with him. Well, look, just do a bunch of research for me. A group of imps. Okay, so this actually promises to be a bit challenging. Alright, everyone. Imps are unfortunately a pain, because they can spit fire. And these twits just decided to have a fight. So I expect some injuries here. Well, good start. Do we want to shoot him down? Sure. What are you wearing? Yeah, again, just a bunch of crap. Whoops. Well, look, we'll capture them and then send them home. See if something happens. Again, the gear is not good enough quality. His is. Alright, take all of their stuff before it's considered tainted. Capture. She's just lying in the blood. Fantastic. Alright. We're okay. That was not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. But we do need... Now, the problem that we've now got is that we're running out of ammunition. Ah! The psychopath. Alright, where is she? Oh shit, she's fighting the dog. You... Okay. Cool, well... Right, so... How badly hurt is the dog? The dog is fine. Okay, so the dog fucked her up. So, this raises the question of what we do about her. She is a psycho. However, she's also the only person we've got that might be worth... I think we're going to try and recruit her. So we were betrayed. Well, who wants a really nice room? Ro can have it. Ro is a greedy dickhead, but... So the red flag after red flag psychotic teacher betrayed us, but we have taken her prisoner because she tried to stab a dog, and the dog was having none of it and fucked her up. There's something vaguely poetic about that. I've given her room to the biggest dickhead in the hunter, in the biggest dickhead in the colony, and we'll see what comes of that. Now, actually recruiting these lot is going to be a little bit challenging. His resistance is 7.6, hers is 9. I actually don't care about this imp. We will release once he's healthy enough. We got a bunch of stuff, which, yeah, probably just randomly increases colony wealth, but whatever. Is Senov going to die? No, he'll be fine. I mean, he's lost a lot of blood, but... Alright. Good progress. Power generation is keeping up with requirements, which is one of the main things I wanted to make sure of. There's traitor blood all over the storage area, but that's fine. No one has... We've not got one instance of food poisoning yet as well, which is truly unexpected. Oh, I just realized how I can... I'm not going to do that, though. So one of the ways that you can keep shit from growing underneath the power generators is you just build a floor there. Should have remembered that. Alright, making good progress. Winter is coming in. It's cold. As soon as this dude is conscious, we're going to get him to piss off. It's warm enough inside these buildings. They're fine. I can't believe that dog just took the trader down, like, immediately. Zero hesitation. Good dog. Quest available. Bloodshed for hire. A chief wants her to help save one of my caravans. They're being hunted by imps. She wants us to signal the imps to draw them away from the caravan. There will be 2 imps. They will arrive on foot. We can accept for some books or a bow or an aesthetic nose. We've got 7 days. I think I might. Those are some really good books. We might accept that. Let's wait until people are in a reasonable shape, but... Alright, cool. We got that imp to go piss off. You can build bookshelves in this game, right? Yeah, bookcase. Catton, what are you wearing that is tattered? Just a bunch of things. The apron. Stop wearing your apron then. Alright, I think we're going to accept that quest. As soon as we get this this bookcase built. And the snows are coming. This is what we're here for. This is winter. Nice Thing's bedroom is 8 degrees, which is a little brisk, but he'll be fine. Inside the main dorms is reasonably warm, and then Row has an actual temperature, actual heater. Power generation is still doing fine. Buildings are coming along really nicely. Alright, now is a good time. Let's accept this quest. No? Okay. They will arrive on foot. Ah, they will arrive in 3 hours. Okay. So soon. Alright. Let's get everyone formed up. Engie, do you not have anything resembling a weapon? We really should give you a gun, or at least a bow. What can we give you? Equip that recurve bow, please. Alright. Here they come. I did not miss those red flags, Mr. Malahart. They were very obvious and visible. I simply chose to embrace risk. It's not the same. Alright. Get him. Yep, it's fine. Jordan's on fire. Alright. Okay. You're dead, and your gear is in shit condition. So we're gonna capture you. Yeah, that fire will be fine. Okay. Pods. Thank you very much. We now have some books. How lovely. Questor, Great Monument. A mysterious message has arrived. It's been transmitted by a machine persona. It asks that we build a very specific monument. It'll give us a book. A couple of books, actually. Gene Pack, Hulk Body. We will accept this, but not just yet. Oh, the medicine burned. Okay. Well, the bodies are piling up, but that's fine. that makes it better. Like, yeah, that's fine. Like, she's gonna now. She'll have a chance to repent for her crimes. I'm sure nothing bad happens if you try and. Oh god, he died. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not mad, but can you please? Okay. Raid from Weeaboos. Oh god, there's someone called Lurler Oyster. Well, I don't like that. There's a few of them. Okay. One of the problems of having Nice Things being literally a hobo who lives alone in the woods, as diegetic as it is that it means that when I have to rally him to repulse an attack. It just causes all kinds of problems. Alright. You're wounded, aren't you, you big idiot? Yeah, you're burned. Alright, where are these? Ah, okay. They're going for the corpse pile. Draw them away. Attack! Okay. Alright, we got him. Okay, so we've got two captured two capturable Neanderthals. Let's have a quick look at them. Volatile psychopath. Okay, you can die in the snow. And a creepy breather. Okay, I don't care about either of you. The only reason why I would capture you is in the interests of sending you back to where you came from, which is from a tribe that is kind of mad at me. Fine. Yeah, they're all psychotic. They're all just nasty individuals. Please get the bodies out of... Oh, no. Okay, the Neanderthals died. And all of the burns on nice things. Can you just, like, rest for 5 minutes, you idiot? Oh, he's not injured, alright. Okay. So, our big, hairy hobo gentleman is... He's a little burned. He's a little burned. Why can we not... You're allowed medicine. Needs tending. Prioritize tending. Okay, cool. So we need our ninja assassin to go and get some burn cream on this idiot. Because he got himself breathed on by an impid. There we go. Alright. All of those burns have been tended. It's also going to get... Come on, everyone is going to die of cold if you don't refuel this. Please refuel the campfire. It is the only thing keeping everyone in this space, but particularly these idiots, alive. Alright, we're getting there. Once the industrial park is ready, what I really want is a Molotov cocktail or a flamethrower so I can just incinerate everything inside this room and just deal with these corpses. But for now, that will have to do. We should probably just put some... We should build some weapon storage. Where is... I want weapon storage. Where whereabouts. It'll be around here somewhere. Storage. How about the big thing that says storage? Like a steel weapons cabinet. 2 of those. Alright, our food supplies are still pretty good. Yep. People are eating a lot of baked goods and having a good time with that. Okay, everyone's doing alright. The main issue we have... I would like to lodge a formal complaint not keeping up the beds in the middle of the room. Listen, you whinged about it, and now you're... I mean, that's fair. That's fair. It was no good the first time around. This is why I put beds in the middle of the room, right? Is that you have, like, what do I do with this space? I mean, I could put a monument or something in there, I guess, later on. But that feels weird, so I like to have for aesthetic purposes, this tells me that this is a bedroom, because it's got a big bed in it. Notwithstanding a number of other things. Oh, we need a dresser. We've got a dresser. No, this thing's fine. Yep, cool. Alright, we're close to being able to start setting up the industrial space. Nice things, the Neanderthal has a pile of duck meat left on his bedroom. It is cold inside those rooms. It is cold outside those rooms. Alright, so there was a quest that we could accept to build a great monument. We need wood, stone. We've got everything that we need to do that. Yep, alright. Where do we want to put this? I'm going to put it up near the Ancient Danger. Some random AI. wants us to build a monument. A royal tribute collector is approaching. They're also the wife of Trumpet. Okay. We have your idiot husband in jail. Alright, fine. We're going to reinstall cursed beds by popular demand. I want someone to install that monument marker. We should have all of the bits we need for it. Okay, so row... I'm just going to make hauling a slightly higher priority, because you're not good at anything else. I mean, you're good at handling. That'll do. The royal tribute people will have to... Alright, so, let's go limestone. So I have to follow what it's asking me to do, right? 2 wooden doors. Limestone flagstone. Okay, so I literally had to build a little room. Is that it? Oh, we'll see how it goes. They're building a great monument. Food is still good. Are there any animals that we want to hunt? Don't really want to deal with those mega sloths. How's the anima grass going? Oh, it's 7. Fantastic. She's down to resistance 4.3, Trumpet's down to 1.5, which means I will need a bedroom for Trumpet. At some juncture. So we'll get started on that. I want a wooden double door. Not a gate, not a... Build a copy of this, thank you. Right. Just so that's ready when the time comes. Alright, we have this interior space ready. I think we're going to start by flooring it. I know I want a research space. And I want a production space. So let's go... What's the best way to organize all of this? I think we leave it because everyone's got too much to do, but very soon we are delivered from the monotony of... Alright, so it's dangerously... Oh, it's dangerously cold. I think we were going to need some... We need a tool cabinet. And we are going to need two tool cabinets, right? Oh, whatever. We need... Everyone's got a... No. Does everyone have a duster? Ro, do you have a duster? Let's make some gloves. That seems like something that will be valuable to people. And some boots. Because most people are only good to... Oh no, neg 25. Okay. I'm not getting the shit's fucked messages with regards to dangerous apparel. So yes, it's not fun outside, but they'll be fine. Alright. So the prisoner's resistance is being broken, including the absolute psychopath. So, what kind of floor? I want a sterile tile, which I can't actually make yet. So, it'll be wood floors inside most of these. How are we for wood? We got plenty. I know I'm going to eventually need sterile tiling inside the research and hospital room. So, I guess what we'll do is we'll have this be the main workspace, and this be a storage space. Let's reinstall the medicine cabinet in the fridge for now. Ah, excellent. The quest is complete. We have built a monument. It's a small room. Artificial intelligences are weird, everyone. Strange and unusual. Alright, so we will need a temperature equalizer, because this is eventually going to be someone else's room. So let's just pop a wooden bed in, facing the wrong direction, of course. End table. Dresser. That'll do for now. Alright. So, the Psycho is... Yeah. Okay, so, Prisoner Trumpet is looking inclined to join us. That's excellent. We're low on medicine. Yeah, I know, we're low on a lot of things. Because we can't grow any medicine right now. That'll change. Alright, so this is going to be... Let's go zone, stockpile, just another stockpile can go there. Copy all of the settings. Now, let's get set up in terms of power. this all organized. Cool, rooms will be wired. Imagine if I was playing with ideology and we could make that part of a thing somehow. Alright, so for now we will spend way too much steel to put paved tiles in to this room. So that we can relocate the research vents in there. Get those reinstalled. Alright, so next we'll want to move the tailor's bench and the stonecutter's table. Get them all reinstalled. The tools reinstalled. Now, books. How do books work in this game? Contents. So, excellent. I don't know what that means. Maybe people can just read that stuff. That would be fantastic. We are going to need at least the one heater in here. Probably need more to heat this space. We're also going to need light. Ah, Trumpet has joined us. Okay, so what do we name this idiot? Let's have a quick look. Alright, Trumpet, you are good with animals, you can call animals, recently sold at various different violent things, and very good at social. He's also, that's why I called, listen, this man is kind and beautiful, right? He is a wonderful, furry human being. He was a dreamer who became a space explorer. I cannot, in good conscience, call him Clive. I think we're going to call him. We just need a nickname. Yeah, he's not here, but the big, hairy, kind man is now called Crux. He can have a room. And that can be his room. Good man. Alright, we need light in here. Is this going to be enough? I need wall lamps. Is that going to sufficiently... Yes, that will actually light the room. Excellent. Cool. From memory, you pretty much always want 2 of these. Alright, we want a tailor's cabinet as well. And so if we're going to do that, let's make this room vaguely symmetrical. Alright. So, what else do we want for production? I'm going to want a stonecutter's table. So let's just deconstruct this lad. Temperature 20. Apparently 21 is comfortable. I think it's going to be a real challenge for this little space heater to heat this space, but you never know. All right. No, bad temperature. Yep. Okay. Cool. Let's just get another Let's just get another heater in here. It's -2 inside. Alright. So Crux is talking to the psychopath, being like, hey babe, I joined, you should too. He's a persuasive man. Please clean the laboratory. Alright. We can move the gun cabinets into the storage room. And then just delete this zone. Alright, sweet. What else will we probably want in here? Because we want storage. We're going to want clothing racks. We will want... what else? Very big shelves. Big shelves. Let's just put some random big shelves in. That'll do for now. Alright. Excellent. Excellent progress. What do we think Chris wants as a floor? I think we want... I think wood. I think wooden flooring is nice. It's, you know, mild fire risk. We are going to need to chop some wood. Alright, so temperature is keeping up, that's good. So it's going to be time pretty soon to take care of this dining space. The next incapable of violence needs to be named Guilang. Well, I mean, we've got an incapable of violence pawn already. So... incapable of violence. Katten. I'm not really sure about Guilang. I think a lot of people... I mean, some people will get that. Who do I think is incapable of violence? I'm welcoming names. So this is... Katten, we will remind everyone, Kattenberger is the neurotic, psychically sensitive, incapable of violence woman who was an alcoholic in her second trimester. I welcome name suggestions. I've just realized that... he can't do childcare, even though he's really good at social. Okay, alright, the ninja will have to play with the baby. while the mother is trying to sleep, and the designated childcare professional is playing with the kid. Alright, some visitors have joined us, that's good. Power generation still keeping up quite nicely. Zephyr notes that he was today years old when he realized Margot and Duroc was a Little Red Riding Hood reference. Look, any of us can have that moment at any time. Yes, 100%. I don't know what was the hint, Zephyr? What was the thing that gave it away? Was it the fact that she's literally modeled with a red hood, or was it something else? Alright. The Psycho has rejoined us. For now, we are just going to give her this bed. However, there's a non-zero chance that she will fucking die if she doesn't get some clothes on. Research is her main thing. Okay, so she's a pretty decent doctor. She's a psycho, but she's genuinely good at doctoring, childcare, wardening, and research. So those are the things that she'll be doing if she can survive to find some clothes to put on. Cool. All right. So everyone, the psychotic research teacher has rejoined us. Now let's see if we can send. Well, I want to trade with you. No, I can't. Where's? There we go. All right, Mr. Crux, go and trade with this person. What have you got to sell for us? Tail? You've got components. I always need those. Medicine. Ooh, a marksman rifle. Oh, that's really good. Alright, what can I sell? Short bows, arrows, this crap, this crap, this crap, this crap. These are all terrible. Okay, so I probably can't buy your medicine. I'm not selling you my books. I do need the components. I really want that gun. Well, what is money for if not... What else are we buying? I forget. Alright, we bought a gun from them. So, I need to... have our excellent marksman pick up the marksman rifle. You do not need a bolt-action rifle. Okay, so who gets the bolt-action rifle? Well, it's not the person capable of violence. Engie's got shooting of 5. Ro's got shooting of 8. It's Ro. Yep, alright. He's an asshole, but he's not actually. Crux, you can have the revolver. Excellent. I think it might be it might genuinely be time to go after the Mechanitors. Can someone tell me what happens when I blow up the Ancient Exo Rider skeleton? I know that it it's the thing, but I want to know what happens if you it's because it calls down some stuff, right? Like things do happen. You have to fight something to get the Mechanitor stuff. Alright, let's get started on the tree. We need steel. I was wondering why we didn't have stuff going on. Alright, let's get all of this compacted steel mined out. Leaves behind a mechanoid transponder. A cougar is hunting Catton. Oh god, you can't defend yourself. You know, as much as we might all, from time to time, wonder, why aren't we being... Dog, do not fight. Do not fight the cougar. Get out of there. Just everyone, form line. Oh, Kaylee can't fight for shit. Do we make her... No, we don't make her fight a cougar. Oh, we're out of ammunition. Love that. Everyone is out of ammo. Fuck it. We ball. Cool. Now we can hunt the cougar. How badly wounded is anyone? You cougar bruise, that's fine. Okay, so we have an ammunition problem. That's going to be an issue. How do we solve that? Okay. This is going to actually end the colony if I can't get this sorted. So, research. Literally, we need gunpowder. Okay, cool. Alright. If we jump into the world... Is there any chance that you've got ammunition for sale? I mean... it's worth a shot. Alright. Crux, I need you to go. I need you to take... a bunch of our random crap. And the jade. Let's also have Row go. Take the decent quality steel hatchet, it's worth a bit. And like 100 silver. What else? No, that'll do. We desperately need ammunition. I'm vaguely hoping that they will sell it. Eventually we'll be able to make the stuff, but we can't right now. We're going to run out of steel at some point as well, but that'll be fine. Alright, well, we'll see what goes. I mean, winter is a good time for trading. But the obvious problem... let's deconstruct that, we don't need it there. Yeah, we need more steel. Which is being mined, so that's fine. How are we doing for the anima tree? They're at 11 grass, that's good. Alright, it'll let us know when we get there. So there's a lot of things that we need to get growing. Gear. You're fine, 12 degrees Celsius, you're totally okay. Alright, Kaylee, what are you wearing? You're wearing shorts. Excellent. Well, fine. Let's make a duster. And some pants. Yeah, there's a bunch of muffalo. We are not going to hunt these right now. Alright, research is progressing well, but we really need to get gunpowder. Like, this is not gonna do it, but machining will let us build a few different things. Yeah, alright. So for a while at least we're gonna be building our we're gonna be buying our ammunition. Combat extended. It's gonna screw me. Please get to the town. What's the travel difficulty through here? Not easy once they get into the mountains. So I can theoretically reach these, but even taking the road up through the mountains is not straightforward. Alright. I am going to sell you bird skin, pig skin, camel hide, a bunch of jade. Oh, thank God, you've got weapons. Okay. I've just realized I have no idea what my people fucking use. Okay, alright. So, if we go back to... this is where I need to learn the mechanics of the weapon I'm using. So, marksman rifle, you need... 54 millimeter. So let's just jump back to the world and get some of that. So first things first, let's just sell all of this crap. Birdskin, pigskin, camel hide, jade, the steel hatchet. Alright. So we'll accept those. And then we need ammo. We desperately need ammunition. So, what have you got? I don't need howitzer shells. I don't need anti-tank rounds. Ah, you don't have any ammunition for any of the weapons that I would use, do you? 50 large caliber bullets for heavy machine guns. Used by... yeah, it doesn't... cool. We're going to die of lack of ammunition. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. So I need marksman rifle rounds. And they just don't have it. Combat extended is gonna do me in, isn't it? Alright, well that would be a shame. I don't need heavy machine gun rounds. I don't need heavy machine gun rounds. Definitely don't need charged rounds because we're not even remotely close to that. Do I want to try and... Alright, well, we'll just see. Let's have a quick look. Do you guys have... Never visited Stock Unknown. Okay. It's only 0.4 of a day away. We'll swing by. They've got enough food. And if we have to fight cougars again, we will just die. Contract workers. We could get a... Would they need a colonist for 7 days? Yeah, we'll probably send the dickhead on that. It'll give us a flat screen television. That would be lovely. But not just now. What no, the newborn's needs are fine. Alright, so we'll just see what this community has, and if they don't sell ammunition, we'll have to figure something out. We may just need to use bows, as grim as that would be. Because that hunting rifle has gotten us through thick and thin. Alright. Ammunition? We've got 45mm Winchester Magnum. Alright. What do these people use? A marksman rifle wants 76 by 54, okay. The revolver wants 44 Magnum rounds. And the bolt-action rifle wants 303 British. Thank you, Combat Extended. Really, really appreciate that. Okay. Let's just see. Do you have any of those? You've got Magnum and Winchester rounds. No. Alright. Well, we're trapped in a prison of our own creation. They do have some turrets. But I don't think that's what we're gonna need. Alright. That was worth a shot. Well, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Let's just buy some components. And go home. And we are going to need to make, God help us, a crafting bench, whence we will be making wooden bows until we can get ammunition production online. Alright. This is going to be... This is going to be a little bit grim for a bit. How do I build a crafting spot? Not stone colors, none of this. Not an art bench, although one of those we will want eventually. Misc. I want a crafting spot. That'll do. Alright, what can we make? Yep. Yep, a bow. Oh, make some Molotov cocktails. Well, we'll make 3 of those. And we'll make some arrows. And may God have mercy on our souls. Because no one nearby sells ammunition that we need. This is the nature of installing mods, unfortunately. Alright, well everyone will come back in a bit. So, that does mean that certain research is quite necessary. We're going to need machining and then gunsmithing. I mean, it's not terribly far away, but... Mechanoids. Some larger mechanoids have heavy armor that can easily deflect all rifle fire. We either need at least 20mm rounds or Molotov cocktails. Or EMP. I'll make a couple of Molotovs just in case. Do I have Promethium? I actually don't know if I do. Well, if I've done my ass by installing Combat Extended, I've done my ass by installing Combat Extended. It is what it is. Alright. So... we've got... yeah. We got a few. We got a little bit of ammunition, but only a little bit. Alright, well, since that marksman rifle is completely... oh god, I do not like the idea of giving her a short bow, but... my best marksman is using a bow. Excellent. That's not going to be a huge issue at all. Alright, we're going to want limestone blocks and granite blocks, and we're going to do those until we have probably 200. Alright, that's something for them to do. We're going to be hunting with bows now. This is just a random dead man somewhere. I don't know how that happened. So this heal root is ready to harvest. That's a plus. Wonder if we can actually get heal root growing. Ah, we finally got food poisoning. That's not happened before. I mean, we're progressing well enough. How many wooden file cabinets do we need? Just the one or two of them? Max can if they're building one, yeah. So we can't really make research go much faster. I mean, we're producing things nicely, it's just that until we get the ability to make munitions, we're in the shit. So not much we can do about that, unfortunately. Again, that's on me for installing Combat Extended without really knowing how it worked. It looked cool, and it is cool, but now I'm going to die. Alright, research screen. So look, we need machining. Gunpowder is no good to us. Like, blunderbusses and all of this crap, that is not the thing. I need machining, and from machining I need probably gunsmithing. So we're way too far away from like I can build probably a smithy, but it's just non-technical weapons and tools. So I think we just keep trying to build up resources. What do I want this shelf to be carrying? Let's put steel on this one, and wood on this one. As far as quality of life mods go, I will say the like any storage mod is really nice. I need to do gunpowder research as well. Okay, well, given that I'm gonna need machining in any case, should I do gunpowder first? May as well. Alright, do we have anyone who is... Alright, so yeah, it looks like we might lightly reprioritize research for her. No. Okay. So why do you... So you don't have any arrows. We'll take the steel arrows. So do you need to be carrying those? No. Let's have a quick look. All she can do right now is melee attack. Because she doesn't have any arrows? Question mark. If I want her to pick up those arrows... This is Combat Extended doing me in. So I can't shoot. Even though steel arrows are exactly what she needs in that particular case. What if I tell her to make a ranged attack? No, all she can do is melee attack. So this is Combat Extended doing me in. Okay, it's in her inventory. She's got a bow that shoots arrows. And she has arrows. Go for it, Tiro. So, I am not exactly sure how to make. So, equip normal short bow. Okay, now she's equipped. And now I can still... Okay, now I can... Alright, so cool. So now she can shoot. Alright. I'm going to need more arrows. So who else does not have a suitable range weapon? Alright, we're gonna meet up a bunch of arrows. Just so we have some kind of defenses. This is going to be rough. That's okay. Just didn't want to finish building that. There we go. This one can have blocks, so we want limestone, please. Limestone blocks. Cool. And then we'll put, this one can have storage, granite blocks. Cool. Alright, everyone will take care of that. That will be fine. Long way away from gunpowder. How peaceful the music is, notwithstanding that. Terrible, terrible things. Okay, who is our next best shooter? You've got a recurve bow. Okay, cool. She had 20 kilograms of steel in her inventory. I'm assuming she dropped that eventually. Alright, just keep making arrows, I guess. We'll figure it out. In order to increase bulk, you need backpacks. Yep. So, okay. So people are coming and picking up arrows. How many arrows are you carrying? You do not need this many arrows. I mean, I guess you think you do. Oh dear. Well, let's at least give Kaylee that short bow. And we'll see if she figures out to get some weapons herself. Ro and Engie still don't have suitable weapons, so we'll get 2 more bows. Although, again, Engie should be fine. Engie's got a recurve bow and arrows. Okay. And lots of them. Like, why are you carrying 400 arrows? So there's probably something that I'm doing wrong here, where it's like, you do not need 6 kilograms worth of arrows. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to do some research that myself. Okay. Man-hunting timber wolves. Well, let's see how this goes. This is not going to be a colossal problem at all. Okay. Well, let's have a crack. These things do not have long range. Choose animal to call. I would have needed to have done that some other time. Alright, shoot them! Shoot them with your tiny shitty bows. They're doing their best. Go, dog. Save me. Alright, well that was a clusterfuck. How badly wounded is everyone? Well, you've got an old gunshot from when we shot you with 303 British rounds. Oh dear. Multiple people are bleeding. Let's see if we can't get people healed up. Okay, that just makes that her loadout. Yeah, no, okay, so this is now what she wears. Okay, health, let's have a quick look. Oh, quest expires. What did we have? Contract workers. Yes, I will accept for a... I'm not actually sure I want... Except for goodwill. She will send a colonist. Where is the bleeding idiot? Please, please heal him. Alright. Ro, get in the shuttle. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, heal root grows in winter. The more you know. So, let's see if we can set an amount. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to. I think things are unfortunately just going to be a little bit of a mess, ammunition-wise, until... Oh, someone made a snowman. Adorable. Until we can get that research done. We're going to have to just be a little bit at the mercy of storytellers, I think. So, let's have a quick look. Is there anyone who is remotely good? Otherwise, I mean, everyone can do it, but everyone's got other things to do, so... Yeah, it's literally just Kaylee. Just slowly making progress. It is the one thing that I particularly want her to do, and she's going to do it. The traitorous psychopath. We're quite good for ingredients, we're quite good for power. She will work faster. Yep, she really wants to research. You do that. I'm very welcoming this. Cargo pods. Some dog leather pants. Thank you, Randy Random. How's the grass going? 14. Nice. Good work. Good work, you Neanderthal. So, I mean, we should have, like, we've got plenty of arrows. So if I drop this and I tell Crux to pick that up, and to drop the revolver. He has bought... Okay, so he's got some arrows. So it's just, for whatever reason, NG has like a psychotic number of arrows. And then the mechanoids are going to turn up, and we're going to have... okay. So Engie is the only one that lacks a suitable range weapon, even though she's got a recurve bow, and a recurve bow uses arrows. So I don't know what the deal is there. Alright, so we should have enough arrows in the short term. Okay, so you can't seem to... Drop that, drop that. Ah, I think I know what it is. I need you to equip that. And then... she can shoot. Okay, cool. She's just carrying way too much. So... This is Crux for the person who just jumped in. He is a Latlin, which is a very large, hairy person. He is psychically dull, very good with animals, kind and beautiful. I will let you draw your own conclusions as to the kind of person that he is. His original name was Trumpet, but that led to just too many problems that I was not willing to deal with. Alright, so research is finally progressing well thanks to the Psycho, which is really good. Power supplies are still good. So apart from the fact that we are almost totally incapable of defending ourselves, everything's in really good shape. We're just totally incapable of defending ourselves. Now that's a me problem. We'll mine those components. Alright, so... Katten and Crux, why are you idle? Well, Crux can do a number of things. What are you good at? Animals, social, construction. Okay, so we need a new construction project. I also need to just chop down a bunch of trees. And that's probably just a sensible thing to do anyway. Which means that, okay, so orders. Let's... for now, just move... we'll move all of this into this room here, just for a temporary, and we'll get about building a dining room. And having done that, we can tear down this particular wall and start building an actual dining room around here. So, I think I like corridors about this length. How big does it, that's a question though, how big does a dining room need to be like magnificent? If I tell them to please remove the roof so it doesn't collapse on you idiots, they will have the good sense to do that first, right? Because I've had that happen way too many times in RimWorld. Alright. So it's spring. I should absolutely have... I'm an idiot and didn't tell them to... Alright, so we've got like one more zone, one more space for one more growing zone over here. We can expand it out a little bit. What is another zone to grow? Put several dining tables and chairs in the rec room. Yeah, we'll get. I want a nicer space. What could we build? What is blaze bulb? Blaze bulb is it leads pyrophoric compounds. They can self-ignite when above 28 degrees. Hilarious. Let's not right now. Smoke leaf is a good way to, yeah, we'll just grow something or other. We'll just expand that out to occupy all of the fertile territory. Alright. And grow some weed. We've got heel root growing. I think we actually might want a little bit more of that. So let's just change that to more heal root, please. Alright, so make full use of that fertile space. And it's time to build the Grand Hall. Let's go granite for this one. Let's make it really cool. What the fuck is this? A party spot. Go away. Alright. So... Alright. Some big doors. What looks good? Alright, let's get that stood up. Yes, Crux's best friend was a, or his raiding partner was a former child star turned other kind of star. That was definitely a story. All right, we're gonna redo our conduits. And this will be a reasonable Great Hall. It turns out I haven't made it big enough, I'll figure that out later. So this has got something for the workers to do. Where is... Oh, she's sleeping. I should really do a proper bedroom for her. I think. Alright. I've just realized that my, primary researcher is never getting any good night's sleep, so let's get that sorted. Fuck. Alright. Let's get our little bedroom sorted. As always, because we are psychos here, making sure that the bed faces away. Alright, it's all coming together. Except for the bit where we literally cannot make any kind of meaningful weapons. That's the bit that's not coming together, that's the bit that's a problem. Not a lot we can do about that. But we've got really good construction, folks. We've got one very good plant person who, for the part of the game where she wasn't laid up and pregnant, is super useful to us. All of these are being sowed. She'll get that done over the course of a couple of days. We've got ample building materials. It's just the fact that we can't fight. That's the only problem. Little kitchen, little industrial area with some extra space if I need it. Little village over here. Don't love this power drawdown. Let's set the owner for that to be Kaylee. No, not Kaylee. Yeah, Kaylee. And then we can set the owner for this to be... he's not even here. Alright, Mad Squirrel, you say. Where is it? Where's it gone? There we go. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. The animatree is only 4 pips away. That's pretty nice. So yeah, everyone's in a genuinely good shape, except for all of the bits where we're hugely vulnerable. Nothing we can do about that. Except for frantically research. Why are you sleeping? Okay. Okay, zones. I did a remove roof area. Let's just clear. Let's just shrink. Okay, build roof area, please. Thank you. Alright, so we want to make, like, just a bunch of nice stuff in here. So we want a bunch of tables, we want several dining tables and chairs in the rec room, basically. So let's just build a bunch of furniture, and we'll keep the nice ones. We'll reinstall the chess table. Kind of a... Yep, we'll reinstall that. Okay, so what have we got? We've got an excellent table, a good table, an excellent table, and a normal table. So we will deconstruct the normal table, build a bunch of chairs. I should do some nice flooring in here. So let's go wood floor. Wood floor does look nice, as long as there aren't any fires. We will need... So the whole building is wired, that's good. So we will need some lights. Probably just the 2 should be sufficient. Deconstruct that. Alright, so I'm gonna assume that gunsmithing will also let me make ammunition. God help us. So, machining table. There should be a machining table. There is. This will be our salvation. Underground cables avoid the blizzard event. I know, that's why I was building underground cables. Oh, hang on. Hidden conduits. I've got hidden conduits and waterproof conduits. I don't have anything that's an underground cable. I need a loading table. What is a loading table? If I search for a loading table... I don't see it, but that just means I don't see it. Loading table. No, not sure. Those ones on the floor are regular cables. So what should I be... These ones here, this is just a regular... Oh, it is just a regular power conduit. So we'll do that there. Yep. So if we build some hidden conduits, say like there, and across to there, that should wire most of this. Yeah, replace with hidden conduit and no business. Yep, okay. I can't just replace, so I'll need to deconstruct. Okay, so I've done regular conduit in these spaces. Well, something is going to bzz at some point, and I'll feel real sad about that. Alright, we have a machining table. And we can also build a machining cabinet. What can we make here? Grenades and stuff that we can't do anything with. Railgun cartridges, apparently. Okay, cool. We're good, thank you. So nothing right now, but more will come. Oh yeah, no, the Bzzzt event is the bane of anyone who's ever played RimWorld for any length of time. I thought I had... The plan was always to wire these things with hidden cables, like, when I could. And then I didn't quite get around to it, and now I've got a bunch of cabling that I don't like. That's just that's a me problem. We'll have to just deal with that when we can. So, let's build some furniture. Let's build just a bunch of nice chairs. Cool. Alrighty. Now we will eventually want a school space. That'll come pretty soon after this 2-year-old child is old enough to do anything with themselves. Let's build another. We'll build another machining cabinet later. We have not enough wood. Chop some wood, please. We've still got a fair bit of everything that we need. I am not going hunting until we have actual weapons, I don't think. It's fine. What are your needs? Child, you just need sleep, you're good. Alright. Power is doing reasonably well, that's good. Okay, so now... So, hidden conduit, cool. Power conduit, fantastic. Okay, so I need to deconstruct all of these power conduits. Oh god. I did this to myself. And then I need to rewire. See, now we have hidden conduits. Okay, cool. So it's just those, I think. So I just need hidden conduit along here. And at that point, I think we're fine. I think at that point, we're totally wired with hidden conduit. Okay, gunsmithing. Please tell me I can make ammunition. I can make weapons. Okay. Is there an ammunition? Loading bench. A workstation for handling ammunition. God fucking save us. Okay. Get this built immediately. And then tell me what I need. Alright. Cool. So, let's have a quick look at our weapons. We have a marksman rifle. It takes 7.6254 marksman rifle rounds. Let's have a look. 7.6254 MMR. Okay, full metal jacket versus AP. Versus HP. Nope, don't have a clue what that fucking means. The weapon can presumably take all of them. Just takes MMR rounds. And I don't know the difference between FMJ, full metal jacket and armor piercing. Rimmed cartridge, armor piercing. For increased armor penetration. Okay, cool, that makes sense. Full metal jacket. A medium amount of stopping power and armor penetration. HP is increased. Okay, so we know there's mechanoids out there. It doesn't seem like there's any difference in production cost between MMR AP and MMR HP and FMR FMJ. Okay, so is there a reason why we don't just make the best one? Like if I go to marksman rifle and I go hollow point. Okay, cool. Increased damage at the cost of armor penetration. Okay. So full metal jacket is a mix of the two. Armor piercing is increased armor penetration. and Hollow Point is increased stopping power. So we either go AP or FMJ. Right now, if we didn't think we had to fight mechanoids, we'd go Hollow Point. Do I want to... I think I'm going to go... I think if we fight mechanoids in any case, the armor-piercing rounds are a bit of an issue, but I think we'll go AP rounds. And someone can tell me if that's wrong. Alright, so let's just get Marksman Rifle, AP cartridge. 500, yep, cool, thank you so much. Do that. Do until you have 10, 20, no, just do X times, do once, okay. What else do we have? We've got somewhere in here, there's also a fairly good, the revolvers suck, but someone's got a different kind of gun. Someone's got a marksman rifle, not a marksman rifle, a bolt action, and that bolt action served us very well for some time. Who's carrying it? Well, the baby's not, obviously. No idea where it is, but it is around here somewhere. Let's just get that started to begin with. Because all I need is steel for that. Like, thank God. Okay, we're slightly less helpless. So, she's going to make this ammunition. Take a look at loadouts in assign menu. Yeah, I might do that off stream. Okay, so we just made... What have we got in here? We've got 500 armor-piercing rounds for the marksman rifle. Alright. Get that shit. Get rid of this arrow and this short bow. Equip the marksman rifle. Equip the marksman rifle. Okay, so her bulk's a little high. You do not need a synth thread apron. You do not need 100 stone arrows. And you've got 40 rounds for the damn thing. Okay. Okay, thank God, we have a weapon. We have a weapon. Alright. So now we need to go and find where that marksman, that bolt action is. Who is currently carrying the bolt action? You're a baby. You're not. You don't have it. I have no idea who is carrying the bolt action. No, not a clue. All right, that's fine. We can make a bolt action. We can make a few different weapons. We've got the equipment for that. Bolt action rifle, and it loads 303 British. So let's make a couple of those. I don't think there's anything else in here that I'm desperate for. Yep, 2 bolt action rifles. And they need 303 British. So 303 British. We'll just make FMJ cartridges for them because that's a decent mix, and if I have to fight mechanoids, doing it with bolt actions is probably not the best call in any case. Oh, thank fuck for that. Okay. We've got at least one gun. God save the Queen. Okay. How are we for resources? We've got plenty of steel, plenty of wood, plenty of food. Steel, we're going to need more of. That's going to be a concern, absolutely. Research. Okay, what are we researching now? Blowback operation is more guns, that's fine. I would really like gun turrets. However, I think the orbital trade beacon is probably the next run. We can get by. Deeply upsetting to know that the British survived. Alright, so we're going to make the run, the 3000 research run to microelectronics, because that will get us better research and a number of other things. We have a big old harvest of weed coming in. And once we've got these two bolt actions, we'll just see if we need 3. You've got a good gun, you can't shoot. We need 1, 2. You can just take the Magnum or something. Okay. So 2 will do it. Ah, alright, Struth. Okay. We'll make some 44 Magnum rounds as well. Add a bill. 44 Magnum, you can do... No, you'll do full metal as well. Oh, a solar flare. I love those. All of our food is going to rot. Nah, it'll be fine. Well, now we need to sell so many. Like, so many arrows that we have made in my desperate attempt to arm the colonists. Power is fine. We only got 28 components, so chunks of spacecraft have landed nearby. This is definitely something that we can follow up on. You can hunt those. Deconstruct those. Hang on. Alright, I heard gunshots, which I know just means that people are hunting. But I want to actually see... I want to see what this marksman rifle firing AP rounds through our packers is like. Excellent. Alright, solar flare is ending. All of our food won't rot. Love to see it. Wheat, potatoes, and rice. We'll have more rice than we know what to do with, but that's fine. Okay, thank goodness for that. Alright, we need to change Kaylee's name to like, the fucking traitor that she is. And now she sits in a comfortable chair all day trying to figure out how to make weapons. Alright. Bolt-action rifle is being made. We have ample ammunition. I think once we get... There's a bit of an endpoint. Once we get everyone's... once we get people armed up. Alright, bolt-action rifle. Normal. Who is good with... Who needs the weapon? I think Engie needs something that is better than a recurve bow. Yep. Please drop the 6 kilograms of stone arrows. Okay, why are you not actually carrying a bolt-action rifle? Please equip the bolt-action rifle. Cool, okay. Ah, right. I figured it out. Because of the make loadout function. Okay, is there a way to clear a loadout? Not that I'm aware of, there will be one. Right. Schedule, assign... No, get rid of those loadouts, thank you kindly. Equip the bolt-action rifle. Cool. Reload the rifle, please. Alright. Fantastic. There we go. One more rifle to make. And then we will take out those mechanoids. And that will be a very natural stopping point for this complete misadventure. Very spacious. Nice, okay, I did make it the right size. It's also slightly dirty. That's fine. Okay, so what is everyone's mood like? Ratty apparel. We'll deal with that at a later date. We should probably put a floor in to old mate's room. We are probably only a couple of days away from having actually enough animatries, plenty of meat, plenty of plants on the way, ample everything. Zephyr says that the second boss of Furry has been beaten. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but... alright. We're okay, alright. We've made it. And this gun will be ready very soon. Alright. Bolt action rifle, it's in fairly good shape, actually, which means that NG, I'll get you to equip that because you're a better shot. Drop the normal one, please, and then Crux, I'll get you to equip that. Reload, you're loaded, good. Okay, so shooting 3, I think we'll give her the 44 Magnum. Out of ammunition, okay, so we need 44 rounds. Surely we've got those. We do. Okay, alright, so let's go, and there's blood everywhere. Alright, do a quick save, because I don't actually know what's going on here, and this cocks up terribly. Let's all please... you are not capable of violence. You are... Alright, everyone, let's see what we've got. Now, I have at some point historically actually done something with these, but it was a while ago. Like, very briefly, when the mechs came out. Cannot hit target. Let's watch as... Ancient mech. Okay. Passing near the remains of this ancient Mecha Strider, nice thing is that it's an intact transponder. If you could get it, you could read valuable information. You must destroy it. Be careful. The incendiary cells look unstable. So let's... Yep, I thought that was going to happen. Sorry. 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 Sorry about that. that was kind of inevitable, wasn't it? Can you please just not die, you idiot? You're bleeding. You're bleeding. You've lost a lot of blood. I need you. I need you to not die, you big idiot. This is on me. This is entirely on me. Alright, I'm actually going to load that because that's just me being extremely stupid. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, alright. So yeah, I was like, I wonder what happens if I put this dude with a hammer on one side of an ancient Exostrider and tell everyone and to tell everyone to shoot it from the other side. Okay, so just very quickly. Alright, bolt action rifles. Please drop that. Please equip that. Now, visitors, we got some people jumping. We will go and talk to them. What have you got for me, Dimitri? Components, we always want those. Hey, do you want these arrows and bows? And shitty gun and things that no one is wearing? Yes you do. You want those a lot. Cool. Alright. So, I do actually want to blow this thing up, but it's got 3,000 hit points and I can't deconstruct it. So we need to just like... just 400 rounds of the stuff, I guess. Or you got a steel club. Go melee attack it for a bit. We'll work on it over time. Just bash that. Just bash that for a while. What do you reckon? How much health do we need to how much health do we need to drop this thing down before it's really gone? Needs. Alright, you're tired and hungry, get back to work. We'll work on that a bit more later. Alright. So I think that can be a quite serviceable stopping point. In terms of progress, we have 18 of the 20 necessary anima grass before Nice Things starts becoming a Psycaster. We are ready to start bashing up this Ancient Exostrator midsection, which we will be doing at a later date, because I know that it's going to explode. We've got lots of building materials, lots of food, a good harvest coming in, power generation, so we're stable. We are, for the moment, basically stable. A big harvest of extremely legal produce is... it's called... Oh, Colonists of Return. Oh, the dickhead is back. Cool. Are you a good shooter, Ro? Remind me. Oh, you are. Okay, well, we need a weapon for you as well. Alright. One more bolt-action rifle for Twitbag. And I think we will save things there. So that is the current adventures of the 100th Kingdom, name I came up with on the spot. We've got our initial 3 colonists, Mai the ninja, Katten the recovered alcoholic, and Engie the foundry woman. Zephyr the child is 2 years old. Seems to be doing well. No traits or anything just yet. Nice Things, the Neanderthal. His cooking is going along well. He lives alone in the woods with his magical tree. Kaylee Traitor Mason is becoming an absolute intellectual powerhouse, and thank God she is. We're willing to forgive her terrible betrayal, because she's the only person who knows how a book works in this entire colony. Ro joined us because people were just, too nice to turn him away. He's a little bit of an asshole. He is greedy. But apart from that, good at shooting, decent at crafting, we'll find work for her. And then Crux, who I recruited mostly because he was too kind and beautiful not to bring along. But good at social, which is just as well, because our only other pawn who can do that, Mai is equally good, but she has a throat wound. So until we get that fixed up, he'll have to do, and he's, pretty solid at all of the different things. So the eventual goal is to get ourselves and our huskies off of this planet. But in the meantime, we're going to make a nice looking little village. Definite priority for next time around is defenses. By God, we need some defenses. We have nothing that even remotely constitutes a safe area. Wasn't any point doing it until we could actually get like ammunition, until we could build weapons. Now that we can build those, now that we've got pawns with actual guns, firing FMJ rounds, thank you Combat Extended, we'll probably turn our mind towards some embouchures. What would also be good is pathways between different parts of the, so we're not just walking on dirt. But that can all be a thing for a future date. So I hope everyone has enjoyed this. Mr. Malahart notes that RimWorld chat is dangerous if trying to avoid a terms of service violation. Yeah, we've had some stuff, but that's all good. We'll be making some money off of herbal medicine produce next stream. And yeah, I hope people enjoyed this. This was fun. I wanted to just hang out, chat with some people, play some games. So, despite the horrifically, the terrible first attempt at this particular stream, I think I've got this figured out now. I've learned a very useful thing about how much YouTube lies to you, whether or not, about whether it's going live. But that will end this for now. Thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. We'll see you next time.